if you're not satisfied with how your Fargo results ended up, or even how your high school season, middle school season, state series, you're just not satisfied where you're at, it's time to start asking a few questions about what changes need to be made, what changes do I have to make. Mostly this, and I want you to let this sink in, because this is the way. So let's say Fargo Junior Nationals. The boys are still going right now. Girls just finished. We had like 4 of our girls play, so they did tremendous. And hopefully we'll have a couple of our guys do as well. But ultimately, at the end of a big event, if you're not happy, you got to ask yourself. Understand, you're not 7. Get out of this mindset of what wrestling coach can I drive to and flop myself down in front of until this finally starts to happen. I had the same conversation last year this time. We have a 70-pound throwing dummy, a couple of them in my gym. How many times after practice, I tell them, you guys should gut wrench that thing 20 times to the left, 20 times to the right after practice, 3 times a week. You literally would have the best gut wrench in America and one of the best gut wrenches in the world. But people don't do that because I didn't make them. I didn't grab them by the arm, a 17-year-old young man or woman, and say, I'm going to sit here for 20 minutes and make you do this. Dude, can you not jog over to a throwing dummy and gut wrench that thing? Does your coach have to do this? Now, when you're 7, yes, the coach has to say, okay, let me tie your shoe. Okay, let me adjust your headgear. They're on backwards. Okay, this is how you hit a single leg. Oh, look at your stance. Bend over at the waist. Okay, now, your wrong knee's hitting the mat. That's not a single leg. You have progressed beyond that. I used to get deadlifting videos from Noah Certain on Sunday. Not every Sunday. Another PR. This freaking little skinny kid can pick up like 300 pounds. Why was he deadlifting? And he's won his high school state title twice, won junior nationals, top 5 ranking in America, Division I, wrestles for Mizzou, has a couple years left, just graduated early. The dude's just a freaking winner. So, how come you're not deadlifting on a Sunday? The thing is this. I know these people who are very, very successful in sports. I know some very successful people in business, financially. These people are freaking crazy. They don't do a lot more. They don't have well-rounded lives. I'm not bashing a well-rounded life. Some people like to have that. It's good. It's good to be all conference in high school and have, 900 Letterman's patches on your Letterman's jacket. I think that's wonderful. But it's okay too if a young lady wants to have one patch on her Letterman's jacket. 3-time national champion, platform high school diving champion. She's not well-rounded. And the wrestlers who are winning state medals and and I'm not saying they don't also play football and do multiple sports. They don't do a lot of sports, but they kind of peck around at those sports. They don't peck around at wrestling. Can you do 12 minutes straight of stance and motion after every single practice 4 days a week? That's 50 minutes a week. Let's call it an hour. Yeah, it's 52 hours a year. Next year at Fargo, how come you can't do gut wrenches now, even during folk style season? My brother and I, we decided to get good at Greco. We had a Greco-Roman strength program. Some people helped us with. We just kind of made some stuff up as basic common sense, right? Where's the weight I'm picking up? It's over my sternum, right? Unless I can get my hips under me. So, we got to get flexible. If the weight's up here, I can't lift it up. So you had to get fast with your footwork, for hopping up to your Greco-Roman lift. And we did that lifting program year-round because we were really into that back in the day. Now, Greco-Roman's still cool, but it's kind of dying. We still hit that in our practices, but not much. Freestyle, folk style mostly. But why can't you have a gut? Why can't you gut wrench the 70-pound dummy after every folk style practice? Right? You can do that. How come you can't do stance of motion? How come you can't deadlift on a Sunday? How come you can't stretch for 10 minutes after practice? See, we get in the mindset as like, where's the person at that is going to make me rich? Where's the person at that is going to help me to get to Harvard? Where is that magic coach with that magic coaching phrase, with that magic workout partner that's going to help me to become a college wrestler? Where's that magic? And parents, you're the worst. Let's jump in the car, go find somebody. I'm like, you guys who are wrestling at junior nationals and cadet nationals and the world team trials, and you're wrestling the state tournaments at these big crazy wrestling states, and you're going to USA nationals in middle school, and you're going to the VAC duels in middle school, or you're going to the NHSCA Nationals in Virginia Beach, and you're going to Super 32s, and you're daydreaming about being great. You don't need somebody showing you the way. Do you need a coach? Of course you do. Do you need partners? Of course you do. But if you wanted to develop, the best snap down in America, you have to do that on your own. If you want to develop the best leg riding or the best underhook series in America, you have to do that on your own. Your coach coaching 55 kids, 25 of them have wrestled 1 year or less. That coach can't do it. You have to do it. And you guys who I just mentioned, who are going to all these big famous tournaments, you probably already know 3 great ways to score from an underhook, but you're not great at it yet. So how come, you know how to shoot a free throw? Some of you guys have had basketball training. There's a few tricks, but it's not rocket science. You can learn it on YouTube. How come you don't have a $100,000 college basketball scholarship? Because you didn't shoot free throws for 9 hours this week. Same with wrestling. Get out of this mindset that somebody has to wake you up in the morning and make you a high protein breakfast and then motivate you and then stretch you out before practice and then get you into the room and stand over you with their hands on their hips with a coaching whistle dangling around their neck and make you gut wrench the dummy, 40 times. Dude, do it. Post-tournament advice for those who are ultra disappointed or sort of disappointed. You're just not doing enough. That's all there is to it. You don't deserve it. So if you go to Fargo and you went 2-2 or 0-2, you're not good enough. See, losing is good for you. That's the reason you shouldn't be afraid of losing. Losing just shows you that you're not good enough, right? It's kind of like buying something. Like, no, that car's not too expensive. You just can't afford it. Well, it is expensive. There are people younger than you that have $200 million yachts. So that car is not expensive. You just can't afford it. That workout partner is not too hard. You're just not good enough. That weight is not too heavy. You and I are just not strong enough to pick it up. So when you start taking complete ownership and saying, that tournament is not too hard. I'm just not good enough. And then what you do is you write this down. What do I need to do to be able to win that tournament? How about that car? Oh, I can't afford it. See, you just turn your brain off. You should look at that car and say, how can I afford that car? What do I need to do in order to be able to afford that car? And you write some questions down, and then you start filling in the blank with these answers. Same way with a very difficult tournament. You have got to start taking incredible levels of ownership of your wrestling career, and you got to do this extra stuff, because once you start doing the extra stuff and you say no one else is doing the extra stuff, yeah, they are. You have 50 guys and girls on your high school team. 50 of them are not doing this, but there are a lot of people that are. So just because all around you, you don't see these weirdos putting in all this time, it doesn't mean it's not happening, because it is. There are people who are psycho, and they're not going to stop. And you're not going to beat them until you start joining them and you start raising the bar a little bit. Good luck.